Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text 46. Okay. So, in the previous class, we were discussing the story of Amrish Maharaj and Durvasa ji. So, Amrish Maharaj was about to break his 1 year fasting, Ekadashi fasting, because on the day of Dwadasi, on that specific time, fast should be broken. And they were in the Madhuban near Yamuna. So that moment, Durvasa Muni came and Ambrish Maharaj was about to break his fast, but he said, he offered him also because he was a guest. So he said, okay, please come and take prasad, but he said, I'll go and take bath and do some puja. So he went and it was getting late and then only one muhurta was pending. So with the consideration with other Brahmanas and Ambrish Maharaj decided that okay, if I'll take little water, then it will be okay, because as per Shastra, drinking water is it is considered not eaten and also eaten, so it's okay. If he takes water, it's like he can complete the fast and he will not break the rule of disrespecting Atithi, guest. Okay. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, yesterday we were discussing from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary that he says that here there was no problem because Durvasa Muni came and he scolded and he said bad things to Ambrish Maharaj. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it's not a problem, and Ambrish Maharaj, whatever he did right, and because he was a Hari Bhakta, so he also gave priority to the breaking the fast and completing the fast. Okay, so that was the thing. So anyways, Durvasa Muni was very angry and he said, since you have disrespected me, I'll show you something great. Okay, so that's the point. 46. एवं ब्रुवाण उत्कृत्य जटां रोष प्रदीपितः तया सा निर्ममे तस्मै कृत्यां कालान लोपमाम्. Evam thus Bruvanaha, speaking Durvasa Muni, Utkritya, uprooting Jatam, a bunch of hair, Rosh, Pradipitaha, being reddish because he was very angry, Taya, by the one bunch of hair from his head, Saha, Durvasa Muni, Nirmame, created Tasmai to punish Maharaj Ambrish, Krityam, a demon, Kal, Anal, Upamam, appearing just like the blazing fire of devastation. As Durvasa Muni said this, he said, I'll show you. So as Durvasa Muni said this, his face became red with anger. Uprooting a bunch of hair from his head, he created a demon resembling the blazing fire of devastation to punish Maharaj Ambrish. So this fiery demon is created. Durvasa Muni plucked out his hair and created a terrifying demon, a fiery demon, for punishing Maharaj Ambrish. Okay. So tam apatantim jwalatim asihastam padabhuvam vepayantim samudvikshya nachachal padan nirpaha. Tam, that demon, apatantim, coming forward to attack him, jwalatim, blazing like fire, asihastam, with a trident in his hand, Pada, with his footstep, Bhuvam, the surface of the earth, Bepayantim, causing to tremble, Samudviksha, seeing him perfectly, Nano Chachala, moved Padat from his place, Nirpaha, the king. Taking a trident in his hand and making the surface of the earth tremble with his footstep, that blazing creature came before Maharaj Ambrish. But the king, upon seeing him, was not at all disturbed and did not move even slightly from his position. These are the glories of Maharaj Ambrish. Narayan para sarve nakutasyan bibhyati. Very important, shloka 6, 17, 28. Narayan para sarve nakutasyan bibhyati. A pure devotee of Narayan is never afraid of any material danger. There are many examples of devotees such as Prahlad Maharaj, who was tortured by his father but was not at all afraid, although he was only a 5-year-old boy. Therefore, following the examples of Ambrish Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, a devotee should learn how to tolerate all such awkward positions in this world. So wonderfully Prabhupada is connecting this from the 6th canto and from the Prahlad Maharaj story, because here we are seeing a very great qualities of Maharaj Ambrish. Even though this fiery demon was so terrible and about to kill Maharaj Ambrish, but here it is mentioned that before Maharaj that Jwalatim Tam Apatantim, this creature, fiery demon, came before Maharaj Ambrish, but the king Samudviksha Na Chachal Padan, King Ambrish Maharaj, upon seeing him, Na Chachal Padan, did not move even slightly from his position. He was not at all disturbed and did not move even. Okay, because the demon is about to come and kill, but he is peacefully standing at one place. It's not that easy. That's what Prabhupada is saying, Narayan Parasarve Nakutashin Bibhyati. Pure devotee of Narayan is not at all afraid of any material danger, and Prahlad Maharaj example is given by Prabhupada here. That even though 5-year-old boy given so much trouble by his father, but he was not at all afraid. He was always chanting holy name. Okay, so therefore, following the examples of Ambrish Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, a devotee should learn how to tolerate all such awkward positions in this world. Devotees are often tortured by non-devotees, yet the pure devotee, depending fully on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is never disturbed by such inimical activities. Okay. So Ambrish Maharaj thought that I should not counteract the power of a Brahman, I should just tolerate it. Thus he did not move. That's what Chakravarti Thakur is saying. Pragadishtam vritya rakshayam purushena mahatmana dadaha krityam tam chakram kruddha him iva pavakaha. 48. Pragadishtam, as previously arranged, vritya rakshayam. Very nice. Vritya rakshayam, for the protection of his servants. Purushena, by the Supreme Person. Mahatmana, by the Super Soul. Dadaha, burned to ashes. Krityam, that created demon. Tam, him, chakram, that is Krud, the angry. Ahim is serpent. Iva, like Pavaka, fire. As fire in the forest immediately burns to ashes an angry snake, so by the previous order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his disc, the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately burned to ashes a created demon to protect the Lord's devotee. So already we have discussed in the previous shlokas that Lord has already appointed Sudarshan Chakra for the protection of his pure devotees. Okay, so Sudarshan Chakra is already ready. If there is any problem to Ambrish Maharaj, immediately it will come. So here Ambrish Maharaj did not call, hey, come, I am in danger, please do your duty. No, he is simply standing, considering that I should not counteract to a Brahmana, I should tolerate. So he is nicely standing there. But other devotee, Sudarshan Chakra, he could not tolerate. So if some kind of problem or torture is there, devotee can tolerate. But if a devotee sees that other devotee is being tortured, then a devotee will not tolerate. That's the point here. Okay, so when Lord is disrespected, then also devotee will not tolerate. And sometimes even Krishna will tolerate if somebody offends Krishna. Krishna may or may not, look at so many atheists are there telling so many bad words to Krishna. No problem. Sometimes he may ignore. But if a devotee is tortured, then Krishna will never ignore. Okay, he will take it very seriously. Okay, so that's the point here. So Sudarshan Chakra immediately burned that fiery demon into ashes. Okay, why? just to protect the Lord's pure devotees. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As a pure devotee, Maharaj Ambrish, although in such danger, did not move an inch from his position, nor did he request the Supreme Personality to give him protection. Okay, he was fixed in understanding. But this kind of thing it is not. If I am not in that level of Maharaj Ambrish, then if some danger come, we can pray to Krishna. Okay, it's not like okay, Ambrish Maharaj is not praying for protection. That's very high level devotee, pure devotee will not. They will feel why to take service from Krishna. We are to serve Krishna, but in some danger where we can pray for protection because we need to perform bhakti devotion service. So if a devotee prays to Krishna for his protection because he wants to do further bhakti, further Vaishnava seva or like that, then it should not be considered material desire. Material desire means if he is praying, Krishna, please help me, I have still so many houses to build, I have still so much sense gratification to do, so give me a healthy body or like that. So then it is a material desire because he is begging for sense gratification. Okay. He was fixed in understanding, and it was certain that he was simply thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the core of his heart. A devotee is never fearful of his death, for he meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead always, not for any material profit, but his duty. So the Lord, however, knows how to protect his. So anyway, if pure devotees are always meditating on Lord, so if death comes also, what is that? They'll go to back home, back to Godhead. Here they are doing service to Krishna, they are also. So for them it's not a big deal. Okay. So a devotee is never fearful of his death. Why? Because he meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead always, not for any material profit, but as his duty. The Lord, however, knows how to protect his devotees. So as indicated by the words Pragdishtam, the Lord knew everything. Therefore, before anything happened, he had already arranged for his chakra to protect Maharaj Ambrish. This protection is offered to a devotee even from the very beginning of his devotional service. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. If one simply begins devotional service, he is immediately protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami. And Krishna says, don't fear, ma suchaha. Protection begins immediately. The Lord is so kind and merciful that he gives the devotee proper guidance and all protection, and thus devotee very peacefully makes solid progress in Krishna consciousness without outward disturbances. Krishna is actually so merciful. He always wants devotees to come back to him. All the jivas. So actually, the whole creation, the purpose itself is that the jivas get a chance to perform bhakti and come back, go back home, back to God. That's what Krishna's plan is. So he arranges in many ways so that jiva can remember back his eternal position, his constitutional position. Okay, so that's why Krishna guides from within as Paramatma and guides from outside as Guru. So he gives proper guidance and also gives protection. Okay, why? So that the devotee, the Jivatma devotee, will very peacefully can progress in bhakti, in Krishna consciousness without any disturbances. So Krishna protects. Okay, a serpent may be very angry and ready to bite, but the furious snake is helpless when faced by a blazing fire in the forest. Although an enemy of a devotee may be very strong, he is compared to an angry serpent before the fire of devotional service. Prabhupada is giving very wonderful analogy that if a snake is very dangerous and very angry, is ready to bite, but if some blazing fire comes, snake cannot do anything. However, it is how much powerful it may be. But so similarly, a enemy of a devotee may be very strong sometimes, but because of his pure devotional service and the fire of that devotional service, bhakti, this enemy will be finished. Okay. So this is the point here one more, that the chakra, Sudarshan Chakra burned the demon. So, did the Chakra destroy the demon upon the request of the king for his protection? No. On seeing his devotee, whose nature was not to harm even those who intended to cause him harm, like Ambrish Maharaj, even though he is going to be killed, but his intention is not to react, not to retaliate. He is ready to tolerate. So, seeing such situation, such a devotee who was not having any intention to cause harm others, and who was simply beginning to worship the Lord himself had previously ordered his chakra, that is sloka we did, to protect him out of his affection for his devotee. The Lord loves his devotees very much. Bhakta Vatsala, that is the name of Krishna. So Lord says that, O Chakra, when there is danger to Ambrish's life, then you should kill the person attacking him. Okay. So Lord Sudarshan Chakra simply came and finished the fiery demon. Now, in the next 10 or 11 verses, from 49 to 59, one job is done. What is that? Sudarshan Chakra killed fiery demon. Now next thing, Sudarshan Chakra start chasing Durvasa Muni also. Okay. And then Durvasa Muni goes to Brahma and even to Shiva, but nobody was able to protect him from Sudarshan Chakra. So that section we shall discuss tomorrow. And as I said, today I have to go somewhere, so till 9 only we will complete and we will do. So here in today's discussion, the main thing is that a behavior of a devotee. Okay, so wonderfully Ambrish Maharaj is teaching us that even though devotee is not planning to react, not planning to take revenge, but Krishna is always there to protect a devotee. And here Ambrish Maharaj is ready to tolerate. And he is so humble. He is considering him as a Brahmin and thinking that I will tolerate. But Krishna is not tolerating. Okay, so sometimes it is like if there is some disturbance, devotee should tolerate. That's what also one of the quality of devotee, tolerance. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi shaishnuna. But a devotee will not tolerate torture upon other devotees. Okay, so if a devotee sees that other devotees are being tortured, they will do something to protect them. Okay, so it's not like anyway we saying other devotee, okay, you tolerate. Krishna said no, we should protect that devotee. When some disrespect is done to us, then we have to tolerate. Okay, but one should not think anyway why to tolerate. Krishna is not protecting. Krishna will definitely protect. That faith we have to have. Avasya rakhive Krishna. So Krishna will definitely protect. He has said in Bhagavad Gita. So he will definitely protect. Okay. Everything depends on the faith. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Bhagavad ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any question?